everyone, it's Kanoi. Thank you for joining me on this video, whether you are here for the first time or returning to my channel once again. Either way, I'm grateful, and this is a stress-free journal with me. I had some photos and I was getting backed up on my journaling, so I really wanted to take the time today to go back and make sure that I don't forget about those special moments. And that's what I love about journaling. I mean, we go throughout our days, and I feel like if we don't document it, there are so many little things that happen that we could so easily forget about. But when you journal them, and it could be a picture that you take, it could be a word that somebody said to you, it could be something your children said, it's all so special, but could so quickly slip the mind. And especially as we get older, right? So that is why I do journaling. I've done it since I was a little kid, and junk journaling to me is the best way to keep the memories alive in a way that is not stressful, and I don't have to try to create this elaborate scrapbook. I can't, but then it's fun too. It's interactive. So I am using my Happy Planner conversion junk journal, and I created this for the summer, but I am quickly finding out that it's really only lasting me a month. It's already overflowing, and so I am just trying to pretty much fill up the pages. So here my husband and I went on a donut date. I just took a photo of the donuts, and you know, he likes to bribe me with food. If he wants me to go somewhere with him, he will actually invite me on a lunch date or a breakfast date, and then in the middle of that date say, oh, by the way, I need to go do X, Y, and Z. So it's fine. I ain't complaining. I'll take food any day. And then this page here, I love having hymnal pages in my junk journals, but I didn't want to really cover it up with any other elements. So I decided to try out this method that I've never done before by using this blender brush, and it's actually a makeup brush that I got randomly at like TJ Maxx or something, and using the stencils to just add a little bit of flair, some style, some fun to this page without taking away the integrity of the hymnal, because How Great Thou Art is one of my favorite songs, and I just did not want to cover up any of the lyrics or any of the music. So I thought this was a perfect way to be able to keep that and still have some sort of design on there. And it actually came out really nice. It looks a lot better in person. Seeing it from so far away right here seems like it's just a little bit of a mess on the paper, but when you see it in real life, it actually looks really cool. And really, that's all that matters, because I, or maybe my kids one day, will really be the only one going back into this journal and looking at it. So that's why I create them. It is so I will do that. I love to go back and remember things. I actually don't have a very good memory anyway, so this is perfect for me. And I've actually been doing some journaling on that black piece of paper. Really enjoyed that, and just placed it in that tuck spot there, and that worked out really good. And here's a photo of me at church. I just served for the first time at our new church as a greeter. I've never done greeting. I've always been on the worship team, so it was a different experience for me, definitely outside of my comfort zone, because I am not very extroverted. I'm more of an introvert. People will always argue that, because I've always been in the entertainment industry. I'm a singer. I've been on television as a TV host, as a journalist. So nobody ever believes me, but the truth of the matter is that I actually am an introvert, and I just get a little bit stressed out in social situations. So here I'm using some printables from Little Bindi, Johanna's Etsy shop. She has the cutest journaling kits, and she is my favorite junk journaler. She is the one that if I'm having a bad day and she has a new video up, it will make it so much better. So I have no problem supporting her Etsy shop, and I have a ton of fun with her elements that she puts together so beautifully. Her style is very eclectic and fun and innocent is what it feels like to me. So I take a lot of inspiration from her, and just her relaxed style and her Australian accent just makes it all that much more pleasant to watch and listen to. So But yeah, her journaling kits are really cute. So I'll link that below so that anybody who might want to check those out can go check it out. She has really cute wallpaper and vintage digitals, all kinds of things. And here's just a little picture of my puppy. She is such a goofball. So I just don't want to forget those cute puppy moments. Here she had a little Great Wolf Lodge ears, kind of like the Mickey ears, in her mouth. I mean, she picks up anything and everything. And luckily we scored by, she doesn't really tear up stuff, but she does like to carry stuff around. So that was one of those moments, and just so happened to get a photo of it. These labels are also from Little Bindi Shop, Johanna Shop. And it's perfect because if you don't like to write novels, these types of labels and these elements that she has allows you to do some journaling without feeling pressured to write on the entire page. And it also takes away the fear of the white space. So that's why I love it. And now I'm trying to get off the tag that I had, the name tag that I was wearing the day that I served in church, and it was sticking like a mother. So I had to peel it off, and it's okay. I'll fix it. We'll just smack it on there, and ain't nothing that can't be fixed with Scotch tape. So I grabbed the Scotch tape, and now I'm just going to tape it down. And I actually kind of liked the messiness of it. It makes it more real, raw, and eventually it will hopefully feel very vintage to whoever looks at it in the future. And I knew that I wanted another piece from that journaling kit on this spread, so I'm picking out the one that has the house on it, which makes sense to me because church is the house of God. So I am using that piece and trying to figure out a way to back this photo. I don't mind just placing photos down, but when I just have one, sometimes I feel like it needs some sort of background. So I'm taking some wax paper that I bought from Daiso, this newsprint wax paper, and I love that it says my favorite time, because my favorite times indeed are when I am serving Christ and when I'm in church. So now I'm just gluing down that, I don't know if you call it a journaling card, a title plate, whatever. Either way, it's super cute. And this picture was actually giving me a hard time. It just did not agree with the glue stick and the wax paper and the craft paper. So I did have to go back in with some double stick tape to try to make sure that it does not lift on me. And you can see that I'm having a little bit of a hard time with the double stick tape. But in the end, it worked out and she stayed put. So now I'm going to do some journaling on this page as well. Just writing a title. I think I write "In the House" as sort of the title of this spread. And yeah, doing some journaling about taking that next step from, we've lived here in Vegas for a year now, and we are finally settling into this church as our home. And I've always been one to serve in the church. So having taken a year is actually a pretty long time for me. But either way, we're there now and I'm excited about it. So I would definitely wanted to capture that memory, capture that moment, and allow it to fill me with joy. Again, whenever I go back to look at it and remember this time that I feel is really a pivotal moment in our life. And then my niece flew in last night, my nephew actually, and his daughter. And so I'm just doing a tiny bit of journaling on that. Once again, no stress, just placing the photo down onto one of the journaling cards, putting the date stamp on it, and just giving it a few lines. Because, we could take a photo like this and it could be lost in our sea of photos in our phone, and we'll never really remember that feeling that we had the day that it happens. And so I always love to take note of these special moments. And this tag here came from one of my pairs of shorts that I just bought. And I tell you what, I was resisting the mom short trend for so long. I just don't like the feeling of shorts above my belly button, first of all. But I had to finally succumb to it because that was pretty much all that was in the stores. And I ended up buying several pairs, and lo and behold, I actually kind of like them. So I am doing some journaling on that. and once again, ain't complaining anymore about the mom shorts. And I think it's kind of funny that this journaling card just so happens to say, be yourself, because I think there was somewhat of, I don't know, almost like a resistance to the mom shorts, because I feel like, why are you going to glorify this era of moms as if it's some sort of style that stands out on its own, like moms all look alike? I don't know. Anyway, so moving on to my junk journal July, I am once again going back and back journaling, I guess. Have some pictures from the 4th of July. So this was my 4th of July spread. I do have a process video on that if you've not seen it. And I'm taking the other side. So I had a book page in there that had a 4th of July photos on it, and I ended up tearing out the book page, as you can see on the left-hand side there, and making journaling cards. So now I've taken the back side of that page, which was further back in the journal, and I tore it out, and I'm now creating a little memory book, a stress-free memory book. Just going to place these photos down. I'm not going to worry about trying to make them artsy-fartsy and put any kind of collaging or anything. I just want to get these photos down and be able to do some journaling on it. And that's kind of my style. I have at times gone a little artistic, especially with this Junk Journal July challenge. I've done some things that I don't normally do, and it's been really fun. But when it comes time to actually sitting down and doing journaling, I don't like to focus too much on that design element, just because I feel like I just waste so much time overthinking, and then I end up, it kind of sucks the joy out of it. I want to always be able to find joy in doing this. So the 4th of July was really fun for us. It was a super relaxing day. My son had returned from wrestling camp the night before. He was really tired, so my daughter and I just sat out in the pool for hours. We actually got super sunburnt. And later on, I grilled burgers for them, and I made a flag cake. My flag cake definitely is not Pinterest worthy, but it was a flag cake and it tasted really good. And again, one of those things I just wanted to remember that we did it and it was fun. And later on that night, we went up to a neighbor's house and got to experience the whole fireworks thing. Now, fun fact, Hawaii does not allow fireworks, even things like sparklers. So this was a fun experience for them to be able to finally do that. They never got to experience playing with sparklers and the innocence of July 4th. So we had a lot of fun that day, and I'm glad I was able to capture at least a couple of those moments to be able to place it inside of this transparent or vellum pocket. And then here are those journaling cards that I made with the definitions of freedom and transparency. And so I did a tiny bit of journaling about what freedom, not what it meant to me, but just the term freedom in general, and also transparency. This definition talked about the ability to allow light to permeate, and I never thought about transparency in the terms of light, so I thought that was kind of cool. And for me, of course, that always translates to Jesus. So journaled about that, about, the word transparency, how we throw it around so much, especially in Christian circles. We need to be transparent, and we always say it in such a way that means everybody needs to know what's going on in the inside of your heart. But really, truly, it should mean that it's allowing the light of Jesus to shine through your life. And then here is that tag that I made, another spread that I have a video on in this process. It was an homage to my daughter, lots of pieces from her clothing and her artwork, something that I could look back on and be reminded of her innocence. So that's it for my stress-free journaling. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel for more junk journaling process videos, and I'll see you guys on a later video. Aloha.